Good morning, America. Breaking news, the terrifying threat right now in Colorado. This morning, schools closed across Colorado as authorities search for this 18-year-old woman allegedly obsessed with a Columbine massacre, considered armed and extremely dangerous, accused of making a credible threat against schools, traveling from Miami to Denver. As the 20-year mark of that tragedy approaches, the FBI's warning right now.
Also this morning, stunning new images from the devastated Notre Dame Cathedral. And the new details, the first alarm that went off 23 minutes before that horrific fire was discovered. And the hero priest who risked it all to save the crown of thorns as $1 billion pours in to save the historic church.
Ride-share horror. Police now searching for this man accused of posing as a driver, following his passenger into her apartment and robbing her. Now she's telling her story.
Wendy Williams' husband breaks his silence after she files for divorce and reportedly fires him from her show. What he's now saying about that affair.
Close call. A car in Napa barreling out of control, heading right for this young family. The moment they escape, just in time.
And overnight, the surprise drop from Beyonce, the new album with 40 songs. And the question this morning is an even bigger surprise coming.
Live in Times Square, this is Good Morning America.
Good morning, America. Hope you're well this Wednesday morning. Beyonce always has a flair for the dramatic.
She certainly does. How about that dramatic finish at the Boston Marathon on Monday? Yes, a lot of people cheering on this man, Micah Herndon. He's the Marine vet with that finish at the Boston Marathon, completing the race for his fallen friends. We're going to hear from him this morning. He's here in our studio. And we have a bit of a surprise for him as well.
Cannot wait for that. But first, we do begin with that massive search for the 18-year-old woman who's accused of threatening Denver schools. More than a dozen public school districts are closed this morning as authorities search for her.
The FBI is warning the suspect is armed and extremely dangerous and infatuated with the Columbine shootings. Clayton Sandell is at Columbine. And Clayton, this comes just days, we say, before the 20-year mark of that horrific massacre. Good morning.
Good morning, Robin. That's right. Because of these threats, we learned overnight that some of the biggest school districts in Colorado are shut down, including here at Columbine. As police and the FBI desperately search for that woman, they say flew 1,700 miles to get here, bought a gun, then vanished.
This has become a massive manhunt.
This morning, every cop in Colorado is on the hunt for Saul Pais. The FBI says the 18-year-old flew from Miami to Denver Monday, immediately heading to a gun store.
She obtained a pump-action shotgun and ammunition. We considered her to be a credible threat.
The FBI says Pais made unspecified threats against schools and is infatuated with Columbine, the 1999 high school massacre that killed 12 students and 1 teacher, the 20th anniversary just days away.
I know that this opens a wound, especially on an anniversary week, for those families who were most deeply impacted by this.
Schools across the Denver area went on lockout. Classes as usual, but nobody in or out.
So we're just in the middle of an interview, so we're just kind of dealing with the family right now.
In Florida, FBI agents spoke to Pais's father, who tells our Miami affiliate WPLG he last saw his daughter on Sunday.
It's like a bad dream.
Now, there is still no word on how long officials plan on keeping schools closed as long as Pais is not caught. A large Columbine memorial service is planned for the anniversary on Saturday. Amy?
All right, Clayton Sandell, thank you for the latest on that. And now to the investigation into that devastating fire at the historic Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Stunning new images show the destruction as the French president now vows to rebuild within 5 years. ABC's James Longman is there in Paris with all the latest. Good morning, James.
Good morning, Amy. Yeah, the investigation is in full swing. Paris prosecutor will soon begin the process of interviewing the workers who were on that roof when the fire broke out. Wants to work out what could have started that blaze. A crucial piece of this puzzle. Why was the fire missed when the first alarm went off? And could the 20 or so minutes before the second alarm went up made a difference? This morning, securing this holy place and looking ahead to its restoration. Daylight now pours through the gaping holes in the roof, revealing the destruction below. Black ash covers everything, aisles flooded, the once vaulted ceiling reduced to this steaming pile of timber. Here lies the remains of the spire the world saw crashing down. The damage devastating after the 12-hour inferno, more than 500 firefighters beating back the blaze using water from the nearby Seine River. Ancient relics, like the famed crown of thorns, rescued by quick-thinking firefighters and public servants. These before and after photos showing the destruction. Where the faithful once sat, now piles of masonry lay idle. The high altar, once in near darkness, now open to the elements in the light of day, surrounded by memories of what was here before. President Macron addressed his nation, saying he hoped to reconstruct the cathedral within 5 years. There's a great deal to be rebuilt, he said. We'll make the Cathedral of Notre Dame even more beautiful. But experts say it could take more than a decade to restore. One of the biggest challenges, rebuilding its 800-year-old roof, known as the Forest. It was built from the wood of roughly 13,000 oak trees. Today, new technologies will be needed.
When do you think it might be open to the public again? Is there any idea?
I don't know. Maybe not before 3 years, I believe, something like that.
3 years. It should be closed for 3 years.
There's no more roof, so we need to create a new roof.
The donations for the restoration are rolling in. So far, incredibly, nearly $1 billion has been pledged. Now, the bulk of that is from major companies, Louis Vuitton, L'Oreal, Apple, just some of the names, as well as smaller donations from individuals around the world. Meanwhile, the Pope has been offering his prayers again this morning, but some people are asking if the church, a very wealthy institution, should also be donating funds. Amy?
An interesting question indeed, James. Thank you. And we should mention, in the wake of the Notre Dame fire, money is also pouring in back here at home to save those historically black churches destroyed by an arson suspect in Louisiana. A crowdfunding effort is now underway, and so far they have raised more than $750,000. That is some good news.
That is good news right there. Okay, Amy, thanks. We're going to go to the White House now, where President Trump issued the second veto of his presidency overnight, rejecting a call from Congress to end U.S. involvement in Yemen's civil war. This comes as official Washington is braced for Attorney General William Barr to release his edited version of the Mueller report tomorrow. So I want to bring in our senior White House correspondent, Cecilia Vegan. Cecilia, this war in Yemen is brutal, and even some of the president's strongest allies oppose his policy.
Yeah, George, this opposition really came from a broad bipartisan group on Capitol Hill, and it was widely seen as a rebuke to the president's close ties to Saudi Arabia in the wake of last year's murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. On this veto, President Trump issued a statement to Congress. Take a look at what he wrote. He said, quote, "This resolution is an unnecessary, dangerous attempt to weaken my constitutional authorities, endangering the lives of American citizens and brave service members both today and in the future." George, you just said it. You know, the UN calls the situation in Yemen the world's most severe humanitarian crisis. It does not appear that Congress has the votes to override this veto.
They do not. Meantime, as we said, Attorney General William Barr expected to release the Mueller report tomorrow, redacted version of the Mueller report tomorrow. And overnight, he issued a new policy in support of the president's crackdown on migrants trying to come to the United States.
Yeah, we're talking about thousands of people here that this could potentially affect, people who are waiting for their asylum claims to be processed, who could end up stuck in detention for years under this change. They used to be able to ask a judge for bond for release. They'll now have to wait until their claim is adjudicated in order to be cleared. This does not apply to migrant families and children, but George, it's already facing strong opposition. The ACLU says the Constitution does not allow our government to lock up asylum seekers without basic due process.
We can expect this to be in the courts again. Cecilia, thanks very much. Robin?
And George, now to the new severe weather threat. Tens of millions are in the path of possible tornadoes, high wind, and hail as a major storm moves across the country. Ginger, of course, has the latest. Good morning, Ginger.
Good morning. A serious threat setting up, Robin. Let's go ahead and begin with the storm that did this at Interstate 80. So up to 5 inches of snow, and right there just enough to shut down westbound lanes. But come with me, because I'd like to share with you the major players that we've got in the forecast today. That dry line, that tan line that you see with the bubbles on it, that's going to divide dry and very moist air. So Texas into Oklahoma into Kansas has a chance of seeing supercells where they rise really high into the atmosphere, tap into cold air, large hail, we're talking about baseball sized. And then tornado threat even goes up to, say, the Quad Cities. So there's kind of two parts to this that we're going to be watching today. Damaging wind as we go into the overnight, and tomorrow it doesn't stop. Thursday right into the deep south. Amy?
All right, a busy spring. All right, thank you, Ginger. Now to that close call caught on camera, a family outside a restaurant in Napa when all of a sudden a car came barreling towards them. Our chief national correspondent Matt Gutman is in California with that story. Scary stuff, Matt.
Extremely scary. And good morning, Amy. It looks like an explosion outside that restaurant. Chairs, planters, tables flying right into those kids at the precise moment they left the restaurant, and somehow, miraculously, they weren't badly hurt. This terrifying crash caught on camera. A family narrowly escaping tragedy after stepping out of a restaurant in Napa, California. A car losing control and slamming into the plaza that backs up to a residential neighborhood. Those two small children are seen skipping out of the way, the vehicle and flying debris just barely missing them. Watching from inside the restaurant, one employee described the shocking scene.
It was just unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that before, other than movies. And just standing behind that counter, staring out the window, everything just was flying everywhere. Tables, pots, chairs, the stop sign, everything.
According to local reports, one of the kids and the 60-year-old driver were taken to a hospital with minor injuries, and authorities are now investigating. The driver tells police her foot hit the gas instead of the brake. Now, the woman has not been arrested and is not currently facing any charges, but it's scary to think what would have happened had the family left the restaurant just a moment later, or if there had been people dining outside. George?
That was so close. Okay, Matt, thanks very much. We're going to turn now to the search for a 14-year-old who went missing in Ohio on Saturday after telling friends he was walking home. Police have now spoken with a person of interest as they look for more clues, and ABC's Alex Perez has the story.
This morning, the desperate search continues for 14-year-old Jonathan Minard, missing since Saturday.
We want to look for any type of evidence or the subject himself.
Over 100 volunteers joining the Carroll County Sheriff's Office Tuesday to search for the boy, combing through wooded areas and farm fields spanning about 6 miles. His aunt and uncle, a part of the search efforts, describing what the boy's parents are going through.
They're devastated. They're lost. His mom's ready to have a breakdown. His dad is too. They feel helpless because they can't do anything.
According to police, he was staying with friends over the weekend and working at a nearby farm. On Saturday, Minard, complaining of a toothache, said he was going to walk home and call his mother. His mother never received that phone call.
I am actually hopeful that he is alive, yes, because like I said, he's a good kid.
Police saying they've interviewed a person of interest, but no charges have been filed at this time. More than 100 volunteers have showed up to that search. Loved ones say they will not stop looking until they find him. Robin?
Hopefully he will be found soon. Thank you. Now to new developments in that major measles outbreak. Health officials have now identified patient 0 who brought the virus to Michigan. The man visiting from New York did not know he was infected and spread measles to dozens of people. Lindsay Davis is here with those details. Good morning, Lindsay.
Good morning, Robin. Communities across the country are taking drastic measures. Rockland County, New York, for example, is now threatening a $2,000 daily fine for anyone infected with or exposed to measles who enters a public area. Just one attempt to try to stop this measles outbreak, which has now raged for several months.
This morning, health officials in Michigan say they've found their patient 0, the man who they say spread the measles virus to dozens of people. According to the Washington Post, health officials say the unidentified man came to the U.S. from Israel last fall, contracting measles sometime during his stay in New York. Then last month, he drove from New York to Michigan, experiencing symptoms along the way. He saw a doctor who initially misdiagnosed him with bronchitis. Within 2 weeks, he'd infected 39 people in the Detroit area before officials tracked him down. The head of Oakland County's emergency services telling the Washington Post he put his head down and was very emotional. I could tell from the look on his face that he was devastated. He was doing the math in his head, counting all the people he'd been in contact with. Those sickened are now part of a nationwide outbreak that's infected 555 people across 20 states from coast to coast.
5 mothers in New York City filed a lawsuit yesterday trying to block the city's mandatory vaccination order in areas hardest hit by the outbreak Health officials tell ABC News these measles outbreaks are predominantly infecting unvaccinated children. They say that the vaccine is 97% effective and very safe. Certainly safer than getting the measles.
Oh, certainly. All right, thank you very much, Lindsay. Well, now to that royal baby backlash. British tabloids are up in arms over Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan's decision to opt out of the traditional hospital photo op after baby Sussex is born. And ABC's David Wright has all the latest from London.
This morning, British tabloids are not calm nor carrying on. After the Duke and Duchess of Sussex said they will not be giving the traditional photo op to debut their newborn baby, members of the press corps are lashing out at the royal couple. Speaking anonymously, one journalist told the New York Times, "This is the shattering of a tradition that goes back for decades. There is a price to be paid for that, and that price is mockery." The iconic shots on the steps outside the hospital are now to be expected. Famously with Diana after William and Harry were born. And Kate, who stepped out mere hours after giving birth to her last child. Those snapshots are big business for the British tabloids, with royal babies grabbing big headlines and front-page spreads. But the Sussexes are now expected to release photos on their own terms, adding to the rocky and sour relationship Meghan has with the British press.
If you're over micromanaging your PR to the extent that you're missing out on the spontaneous moment. But, you know, there are certain responsibilities as a member of the royal family.
The Sun slams the couple for infringing on the public's, quote, royal rights, writing, "The public has a right to know about the lives of those largely funded by their taxes. You can accept that or be private citizens, not both." And one British newspaper columnist, blasting the couple's decision, ridiculed the couple's relationship with Oprah Winfrey, writing, "Perhaps Oprah has snapped up the exclusive first-look baby rights. I wouldn't put it past her or them."
Releasing a photograph is all well and good, but it's actually not going to have the same impact as moving footage, the live moments.
But not all royal watchers agree, noting that what the Sussexes are doing isn't that different from Will and Kate.
They're going to have their baby, we're going to find out that he or she has been born, and then they are going to pose for a photograph within a few days.
Bottom line, these tabloids don't want to simply retweet royal pictures. They want to be there to capture the moment, guys.
Yeah, and they have rights, right? No. All right, David, thank you, but that's a tough crowd over there.
It sure is.
And I like saying Sussexes.
That's tough to say in itself. Thank you, Amy. Now we have a stunning sweep overnight. The Columbus Blue Jackets, a team that had never even won a playoff series in franchise history, they swept the best team in the NHL, a surprising triumph over the Lightning. The Lightning, remember, they tied the regular season record for wins with 62, but fell short, very short, in the first round of the playoffs against the underdog Blue Jackets. And as you can imagine, the fans, they went nuts. They've only been waiting for this victory, 18 years. Center Matt Duchene said, quote, he had never played in front of a crowd like that. Insane. That's the word he used. that pretty much sums up the mood of everybody in Columbus this morning.
Is that a new dance?
Surprise in the world right there.
Yeah.
Also this morning, Wendy Williams' husband is now speaking out she filed for divorce and reportedly fired her from his show. His message for Wendy this morning.
And another rideshare nightmare. Take a look at this. This is the moment police say a man posing as a driver followed his passenger into her apartment building and robbed her. Now she's telling her story as police search for that suspect. But first, let's go back to Ginger.
I'm not going to get dropped off at home any longer. I'm going to go down the street, that's for sure. And how about this? I've got to show you the flash flooding in Virginia from that last line of strong to severe storms that blew through. Well, now we'll have that again on Good Friday along the East Coast, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Your local weather in 30 seconds. First, Amazon Echo brings you the stormy cities.
Okay, did you win? Alexa, pause my audiobook. Alexa, what time is it? It's 4:40 a.m. Alexa, turn on the backyard light.
Hey, a milder start this morning. Temperatures later today will be about 2-3 degrees cooler than yesterday. We'll get up to 67. A milder day tomorrow. We're up to 80 degrees. Still more clouds, more humidity though too, and a bit of a breeze for the afternoon. Friday, expect some storms during the afternoon and evening hours. In fact, some heavy rain could lead to some isolated flooding. 74 degrees your high temperature for Friday. We start drying out on Saturday, the high 66 and 70 degrees for Easter Sunday.
I never know with the weather.
We'll be right back.
Corey is living with metastatic breast cancer, which is